Welcome to the Hollis Chapman Show, where we celebrate the power of words and the beauty of storytelling. Join us every week. We have conversations with authors and small business owners. We have exciting lineup of guests who will take us on a literary journey like no other. Join us as we delve into the world of authors and small business owners from diverse backgrounds and cultures, each bringing their own unique perspective and voice to the table. From thrilling memoirs to captivating fiction and business startups, our guests will share their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs, offering us a glimpse into the rich tapestry of human experience. Immerse yourself in the magic of words and discovery as we explore the global literary landscape together. So grab a cup of tea, cozy up by the fire, and join us on this adventure of a lifetime.
Hey, happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to the Hollis Chapman Show. I'm glad to be here to give you some great content. Okay. And yes, we do have guests this week. Matter of fact, we have guests Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on the books. So hopefully all goes well. So you have somebody else to listen to on our show. But again, when we don't have a guest, we still give you great content. So thank you very much. Before we get started, like I said, I have a shout out to Podbean. Doing some research, getting some information for this show today. Just doing some stuff. And Podbean, our little platform that we use, Podbean Livestream, is listed as number 2, one of the best podcast hostings in the country. So that's pretty good. I mean, that's, again, out of 45 listed, Podbean's number 2. So Podbean, thank you very much for doing what you do. Your training, your videos all over the place on the internet is doing some wonderful things. So you keep up the great work. It helps us out, and we try to do this show to help you out. Okay, so that's the reason why we do our show, to work win-win. That's how we look at it. So Podbean, thank you so much for all the great stuff to do. Congratulations for being top 10 as the platform for hosting podcasts. Awesome. Okay, December 16th. We're halfway through the month of December, halfway to the new year. Authors, small business owners, are you getting ready for 2026? Do you want to have a good 2026? You want to get the ground running the first couple of weeks of 2026? That could be a lot. That can really say a lot if you can get those first 2 weeks going. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're trying to get it off right. We're trying to we're trying to finish up with 2025, get the taxes in order, get all that stuff ready to go. And people don't want to hear it, but taxes is a big part of it. Listen to Dave Ramsey yesterday, stuff like that. One of the biggest reasons why small businesses fail the first 5 years, taxes, and not paying them and stuff like that. So are you doing your part to make sure you're around for 2026? Are you making the correct deductions? And again, I'm learning so much about deductions and doing all that kind of thing myself. So you won't do it overnight. And luckily, we can get a lot of information online, so you don't sit there and cost so much money to learn that stuff. Back in the day, you had to go to the accountants and stuff like that, and it cost you a lot of money just to learn how to save money. So this way, with the Dave Ramsey stuff and everybody else online, you can get some tips and tricks to make things work for you. Okay, so keep on doing that, and let's have a great 2026. And today our show is going to talk about we tackle all things related to personal or business finance, wealth building. Okay, if you got some extra money, you can do it this way. You can do some certain things, and then we earn some money. We make some money. Another income, like Dave Ramsey said, you want to sit there and get wealthier, bring more income on, not just working 9 to 5, but investing, learning, stuff like that. A lot of stuff that I'm going to talk about, or I've learned the last few years, is I've learned at a later age. That's so frustrating. In my household growing up, excuse me, we never talked money. We grew up with a single mom with 4 kids, and she was just trying to put food on the table. So we never talked about finances and how to save, how to create money, stuff like that. It was never part of our vocabulary growing up. So I had to learn a lot of stuff later in age. So I'm playing catch up. So people listening out there, I'm sure a lot of us are the same way. You play catch up, you learn about money, making money. You sit there and see how these people make so much money, how they do it. You know, like I was listening to a show yesterday, 18, 19 years old, start a business, start an LLC, start it, put it together, and start going from there. Okay, don't just take a little money and put it in the bank because the banks don't use your money. They don't give you very little return. So you get creative that way. All right. And again, I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's amazing what you learn when you research and do some certain things. Okay. So a very important topic to discuss. We mentioned it already a little bit already. Provide you with the tools and resources you need to take control of your financial future. Let's get started. So let's start with the basics. Why is financial literacy so important to us? It's very important. Think the cost of living, everything is just sky high now. You sit there and again, doing research this morning, stuff like that. They sit there and show the top richest people in our country. Elon Musk is worth $570 billion. He's going to be the first person in our country, in our world, to be worth $1 trillion very soon. Isn't that amazing? We're fighting and struggle just to get a few people to buy this and that, just to pay our rent, just to pay the mortgage, just go out shopping. And there's people in this world who is almost worth $1 trillion. Oh, amazing. So if you look at that top 25 list, all these people you see that's worth billions of dollars, it just kind of blows your mind. Do you get angry? No, it's beyond the stage of getting angry of that. A little jealous of that because, you want to help people out and stuff like that. You want to make enough money so you can help people out. When you don't have enough money, you can't help anybody out. You got to pay your own bills, stuff like that. So that's what drives me crazy is learning how can the Hollis Chapman Show do more so we can get more, so we can help more people. That's the same thing you're doing. How can we get the audience involved to do more so our guests and stuff on the show can sell more books? Do you know at any one time during a year there's 6 million small businesses for sale? 6 million. We'd love to be able to help them out. Get growth. Get people walking through the door. Okay? 6 million small businesses on sale every year in our country. Okay. So how to grow, how to make it work for you. Without the financial literacy, you are at risk of falling into debt, living paycheck to paycheck. We all hate that. And missing out on opportunities to build wealth. We don't want that. It's crucial that we all take time to educate ourselves and develop a solid understanding of personal finance. Solid understanding. Like I said, I didn't learn this until late in my life. Very unfortunate. When you just try to survive, just go to meals, let's try and get things done. The big picture kind of goes right over your head. So I'm sharing with you, don't let it go over your head. Personal finance is very important. These shows and stuff like we do, we try to hopefully it resonates with you where you can sit there and take the next step. And I'm sitting there with one thing on my desktop saying, what are some important topics to talk about? And I feel this is an important topic. I got a whole list of the important topics where our listeners, our audience say, oh yeah, that's a good show today. Oh yeah, let's do this. Let's talk about strategies for increasing income. There are many ways to generate wealth, from starting a side hustle and investing in the stock market to pursuing a higher paying job or launching your own business. I took the route of launching my own business. What are you going to do for 2026? You're going to launch your business? I don't do stock market stuff because I'm not very good at it. So launching my own business is what I feel I'm good at. I feel that I can work. The key is to diversify your income streams and find opportunities to maximize your earning potential. Okay? Does that make sense to you? It's also important to have a long-term financial plan in place so that you can set goals and sleep at night.